In the age of Marvel and DC superhero film franchises, everyone who's anyone has portrayed a superhero on the big screen. And with movies like The Avengers, X-Men, and Justice League, there is certainly no shortage of opportunities for actors to adopt a brave new persona and throw on a cool costume. But while stars may look great in tights, masks, and supersuits, they're not always as heroic in real life as they appear to be in Hollywood. In fact, some of these caped crusaders have had downright villainous moments in their everyday lives. From uncomfortable relationship choices and diva-like behavior to time behind bars, here are some on-screen superheroes who have acted more like the bad guys. Henry Cavill. As Superman, Henry Cavill is the ultimate do-gooder. The Kryptonian alien might frighten Earthlings with his super-duper strength and all, but generally speaking, he's a pretty good guy. Cavill, on the other hand, has done some things that seem to put people off. When speaking to Elle magazine in a February 2016 interview, for example, the then 32-year-old boasted about dating a 19-year-old by saying, "People say age is just a number. A lot of times it's not just a number. It's actually a real and true sign of someone's maturity. But in this case, she's fantastic." That, of course, begs the question, would Superman be totally cool with a 30-something dating a girl that's barely of legal age? But Cavill's relationship with a teenager wasn't the only thing that's made him look bad. In March of that same year, he talked openly about his desire to make lots of money. While that's a fine goal to have, Cavill's bluntness seemed entirely in bad taste. He told Man of the World magazine, "I'm not just doing this for the art. The money's fantastic, and that's something which I deem, and again, it is frowned upon, very important. A penchant for cash and young women? That kinda sounds like something a supervillain might be all about, right?" Kelsey Grammer. In the 2006 movie X-Men: The Last Stand, Kelsey Grammer portrayed Dr. Hank McCoy, aka Beast, the furry blue mutant with a knack for genetics. While his character appeared to have all his senses, Grammer must have lost some of his own in real life when he made the heartbreaking decision to cheat on his wife. While he was married to his ex Camille in 2010, Grammer reportedly began having an affair with who went on to become his fourth wife, Katie Walsh. When Grammer was ready to officially move on from his marriage to Camille, he allegedly let her know in one of the worst ways possible. Rather than telling Camille that he wanted to break up, the Frasier star allegedly ghosted her. Recalling a phone call she'd received from a friend about Grammer's behavior at the time, Camille told People, "I asked, 'Is he leaving me?' And she said yes. I called him but couldn't get through, so I texted him and asked him to please call me. Nothing."
Right, well, she said a lot of bad things about me, didn't she? And I'm a very entertaining, complex guy.
The diss would be a boon for her career as a Real Housewife, of course, but Grammer's reputation took a major hit as a result of his misdeed.
No, that was stuff.
Jaimie Alexander. In the first two Thor movies, Jaimie Alexander played Thor's Asgardian ally Lady Sif, but she's also just as well known for her starring role in NBC's hit series Blindspot, and the drama she caused on the set. Sources told Page Six, she's a perfectionist who complains constantly, and is such a nightmare that the producers will do almost anything to stop the torture. According to the tabloid, Alexander's alleged attitude may have even gotten 3 people fired from the show's production in the first season alone. She was later accused of demonstrating some serious diva-like behavior yet again while filming the second season of the show. Alexander's supposed sketchy side isn't limited to her on-set antics either. She may have also been the other woman in a high-profile affair, as it's been reported that her connection with former fiancé Peter Facinelli may have had something to do with the collapse of his marriage to Jenny Garth. Halle Berry. After starring as the silver-haired mutant Storm in the X-Men franchise, Halle Berry doubled up on her superhero status by starring as Catwoman in a standalone feature. But her off-screen life has been anything but heroic. In 2000, the actress reportedly fled the scene of a car accident that left the other driver with several injuries. Berry allegedly caused the crash when she reportedly ran a red light in her SUV and rammed into the other car. Berry was fined and sentenced to 3 years of probation after attempting her quick escape. Her poor judgment appears to affect her personal life as well, as she's had some remarkable turmoil on the home front.
"I've had issues in this area."
When she split from her daughter's father, Gabriel Aubry, for example, she quickly moved on to actor Olivier Martinez. The two men were then caught in a physical altercation, and that's when the dirty laundry really started to pile up. Her first ex-husband, David Justice, stepped forward to allege that he was falsely accused of abusing her and tweeted, "Only the guys in the relationship with Halle know the real deal. There will be another, of course. He'll be called the best until it ends." That claim was then backed up by yet another former flame, Eric Benet, who wrote that Justice was, quote, tweeting some truth. Ben Affleck. It makes sense that a guy who played Batman may have a few demons haunting him. Over the years, Ben Affleck, who took up the Dark Knight's cape, has had quite the tumultuous personal life.
Don't believe everything you hear, son.
In 2003, the Oscar winner was slated to marry singer and actress Jennifer Lopez. That is, until a stripper claimed Affleck got very close with her and some of her colleagues. Lopez later called it quits with Affleck just days before the wedding. Affleck did, however, make it down the aisle with actress Jennifer Garner in 2005. 3 kids later, everything seemed rosy, until the pair separated in 2015, when reports surfaced that he'd hooked up with their children's nanny. Rumors then flew that Affleck's wandering eye had harmed their marriage before, and that he'd actually been in a relationship with his post-Garner girlfriend Lindsay Shookus during the course of his marriage. And as if all that weren't enough, Affleck has also admitted to having been banned from playing blackjack in Las Vegas for counting cards, and was accused of groping actress Hillary Burton on the set of MTV's TRL. What would Bruce Wayne do about a guy like that? Tobey Maguire. After starring as the ultra-likable superhero in the Spider-Man trilogy, Tobey Maguire seemed like Hollywood's resident nice guy. But famed Tinseltown poker dealer Molly Bloom opened up about the actor in her 2014 memoir, Molly's Game, and alleged that Maguire relished humiliating her during high-profile poker games she hosted for the stars. According to her book, Maguire once ordered her to bark like a seal for a $1,000 chip. When she refused, she claimed Maguire said to her, "I'm not kidding. What's wrong? You're too rich now? You won't bark for $1,000?
I didn't do it, and I lost the game. That's part of the reason why I lost the game."
Let's just say Aunt May would not approve of that kind of behavior. Robert Downey Jr. Before he rocked Iron Man's suit, Robert Downey Jr. sported an orange one. The once troubled actor served hard time for everything from heroin and cocaine possession to probation violations to weapons charges. Upon his release, Downey Jr.'s career seemed to be on the up and up after he was cast in a Golden Globe-winning role on Ally McBeal in 2000. But the good news didn't last long. He was written off the popular series a year later after he continued to struggle with sobriety. Fortunately, Downey Jr. did eventually get clean after a 2001 arrest for driving under the influence that landed him in a live-in rehabilitation center. So while his beginnings may have been bad guy worthy, the actor has since turned his life around, which makes his stint as Tony Stark pretty true to life. Thanks for watching. Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.